Hi friends, being clumsy or careless has never really helped anyone. Sometimes mistakes that seem small today might end up having a huge impact later on. And that's exactly what happened in the cases I'll be talking about today. So let's jump into today's video about the worst blunders in history. Wrong spelling. In school, teachers have grilled us when it came to spellings. I can never forget the countless dictation tests that were taken in school. English being a funny language is particularly difficult. The difference of one letter can completely change the meaning of a word, and in some cases, make a company bankrupt and 250 people jobless. Taylor and Son was a company that filed for bankruptcy in 2009, while Taylor and Sons was a thriving business that was run by a family for more than 100 years. A British government body mistook Taylor and Son for Taylor and Sons, because of which the 124-year-old family business was dissolved. Rejecting Google. The modern human of today cannot imagine a life without Google. The search engine and its subsidiary services are almost a necessity today. But can you imagine that there was someone who rejected the offer to purchase this future billion-dollar company? In 1999, the founders of Google, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, wanted to sell the search engine to Excite for $1 million. But the chief executive officer of Excite, George Bell, wasn't interested. The Google founders tried to even negotiate and bargain and brought down the price to $750,000. But I don't think so. The Excite CEO was impressed, so he yet rejected the offer. Today, Google is worth $1 trillion. Austrian army disaster. The Battle of Karen Seeps of 1788 is famous for all the wrong reasons. It was supposed to be a battle between Austria and Turkey to claim ownership over the Danube River. But for some odd reason, the Austrian soldiers started fighting amongst themselves. The story goes that the Austrian cavalrymen were patrolling to catch the Turkish soldiers. Suddenly, some gypsies offered them alcohol to unwind. Then the Austrian infantrymen saw the cavalrymen were basically having a party and they too wanted to enjoy. But the cavalrymen refused to share the alcohol with the infantrymen, and this led to quarrels and a physical fight. Suddenly, someone shot a bullet to make matters worse, so some other Austrian soldiers who were seated at a distance thought it was the Turks who were attacking them. Later, a German officer started to shout, "Halt, halt." But the non Germans misheard this as Allah, Allah, reconfirming the wrong belief that it was the Turks attacking them. Because of this mishap, the Austrian army lost it and kept shooting at each other, and unfortunately, 10,000 of them got wounded or died, setting the Library of Alexandria on fire. The Library of Alexandria was founded in 283 BC. It was the home for more than 100 scholars and had over a half a million documents from Greece, India, Persia, Egypt, and many others. It had lecture areas, gardens, and zoos too. It also had a branch in the temple of Serapis. But all of this rich knowledge was destroyed one day by a terrible fire. A number of people were blamed for this destruction, one of whom was Julius Caesar. Historians believe that Julius Caesar was in the process of capturing Pompeii in Egypt when his army was outnumbered by an Egyptian troop. So, seeing no other way out, he ordered for all the ships at the harbor to be set on fire. The fire spread to the library and even burnt a significant part of it, destroying an irreplaceable amount of knowledge. Now the library lies in ruins. Ignoring Australia. It's believed that the British discovered Australia, but in reality, the first European man to set foot in Australia was not a Britisher, but a Dutchman named Willem Janszoon, and he did it 100 years before the British. Before landing in Australia, the world did believe that there was a landmass in the southern hemisphere and called it Terra Australia Incognita. Willem Janszoon, the Dutchman, reached the west coast of Australia in 1606, and James Cook, the British explorer, reached the east coast in 1770. But the Dutch underestimated Australia to just be a large desert and of no use and ignored it, which turned out to be a humongous mistake. The wrong turn. Can you believe a human history changing event like World War I could have been completely avoided? Archduke Franz Ferdinand was on his way to visit people injured by a grenade explosion that was planted to actually harm the Archduke, but he escaped it. For the Archduke's safety, a plan was made to take a different route to the hospital, but the driver of the car in which the Archduke and his wife were traveling wasn't informed about this plan. So he took the original route and was near Franz Joseph Street when a fellow passenger general scolded the driver and told him to reverse and take the alternate route. At that same time, Gabrielo Princip, a 19-year-old political activist, was buying a sandwich at a nearby cafe and spotted the Archduke. He immediately shot the Archduke and his wife, killing them and leading to the start of the tireless World War I. Unlocked gate. How many times have we been asked to always remember to lock our doors, whether you're going out for the day or even retiring to bed? Locking doors and windows might seem minuscule but saves us from unwanted and uninvited intruders or even being robbed. But can you imagine an entire empire crumbled into ashes just because a foolish person decided to not lock the main door? Constantinople had been fighting against enemies for more than 100 years and hadn't been captured until a fateful day in 1453. The Ottomans wanted to capture Constantinople, that was a part of the Byzantine Empire. The Ottomans had a superior army strength, larger number of cannons, and zeal. But the thing that really sealed the deal and destroyed the Byzantine Empire was the absent mindedness of a guard who forgot to lock the gate, allowing the Turks to surpass the wall of Theodosius. So, friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Click the bell icon, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.